Thank you, everybody, for joining today's Match Day -2 media availability with head coach BJ Callaghan ahead of this weekend's match with Charlotte FC. Coach, team is heading to North Carolina, looking to win its second straight road match. If you want to start just by sharing how training has gone this week and what you expect to see Saturday.
Yeah, good week of training. Obviously we're dealing with some of the weather here through the Nashville area, but the guys have responded well. The staff's responded well, so been able to get the exact preparation in that we need. Going to Charlotte is a great challenge and opportunity for us. It's a very difficult place to play. They have great crowd support, in the stadium. So we expect a great crowd, and that'll be a challenge for us. And then you add on that it's a very good team. Charlotte is a team that it's very hard to find weaknesses in all phases of the game. They're well organized, well coached, have attacking talent that can hurt you in transition. Set pieces, both offensively and defensively, very good. Very hard team defensively to break down. So, a team that we're preparing hard for, and it'll be a great challenge.
Thanks, Coach. We'll start with Lauren and go ahead and ask 2 questions if you have them.
I'll stick with the weather topic just off the top and then get to football. But what was it like for you last night? I'm not sure how closely you've experienced tornado warnings and sirens on our phones and things of that nature.
I can say that other than the other night when it happened, this is certainly a new experience for myself personally. But I think first and foremost, we always want to protect our players, our staff's families, and them at home and as people. And so, making sure that we're communicating and checking that, make sure everybody's okay, is first and foremost. Then the next part is, can we safely get into the facility? When should we get into the facility? And I thought, as a group, we talk about responding all the time, and we had to. A lot of tired bodies, a lot of people. I would say 12, maybe midnight was the first sort of feeling. So a lot of guys, haven't, I would say, sporadically sleeping throughout the night. But most importantly, I think everyone got through it back here in training today, and had a good training session, good spirits. Gives everybody a lot to talk about in the cafeteria and in the meetings. So, I would say the best part about it is it's an opportunity for all of us to bond around, what I would say a stressful time, and brings our group even closer together.
And how would you describe kind of the flow going from those 3 wins to, a really tough result in the last match and a lot of quality chances, and how the group is kind of rebounding from that?
Yeah, I think we try to, post-game, win, lose, draw, we try to evaluate it in a really consistent way. And when we win, we try to not get too high, and when we don't get the result that we want, we don't get too low. We know it's an early season, we're early in the season, it's a long season, and we constantly want to say, okay, what were the things that we went out to go accomplish? Did we accomplish them? What are areas that we need to improve? Address those, and bring more clarity to those areas, and keep on kind of turning the page each day. That's what we know we have to do here. We're not entitled to, just because we win 3, we're not entitled to win 4. And we know that we just have to sort of turn the page each day and constantly work to get better and better.
Go ahead.
Yeah, BJ, Charlotte are one of the, if not the best defensive team in MLS over the past couple of years. I know you're familiar with Tim Ream from the national team, but just their personnel and kind of the way they play. What do you make of their defense, and what do you think has kind of lent itself to being such a solid team?
Yeah, they're just really well organized, well coached, good, a good group, very hard block to break down, cohesive, compact, quality players. When you look at just even starting from the goalkeeper, the development that Callaghan has had is, he's a great, has a great season last year, off to a good season this year. Tim Ream is consummate pro, leads that back line. Young player Malanda, excellent, and then, you got 2 really strong, I would say almost unheralded type of players in the midfield, Westwood and Bronico. They do so much work for that team, and they drive that team with their energy and their commitment, their leadership, and then they have a front 4 that's committed defensively, but man, dynamic players on the counter as well. So I think that threat also helps their defense, because you have to be a little bit cautious, knowing that if you turn the ball over, they have the ability to beat you very quickly with great, I would say, with speed and with quality. And so for us, it's it's a team that we are preparing for a lot, because it's going to be a difficult match.
And then just looking back at the Cincinnati game, and I guess some of the other games too, it feels like a lot of the chances you guys create come when either Sam or Hani starts centrally and pulls out wide, and then you have one of the wingers kind of shift in centrally and kind of take up that space. I'm curious, I know you talked about wanting to establish a structure and kind of clear principles. How do you balance having that kind of structure while also kind of trying to allow for maybe some more moments of improvisation, or allowing that fluidity kind of on the fly in the game?
Yeah, I think for us, it's not about who takes up positions on the field. It's just that the positions on the field are taken up, and I think that gives us that blend of structure and understanding, where creating connections and close connections with one another, but allowing players to work, whether it's in twos and threes, to interchange, with the whole idea of trying to disorganize and unbalance the opponent. So for us, again, it's about, can we attract opponents? Can we unbalance them? Can we shift them from side to side and find those moments to either play through them, or if there's space behind, play behind them, and less about the forward stands here, the attacking mid stands here, but more about, these are positions on the field that need to be taken up, and learning how to recognize that amongst each other.
All good. We'll go ahead and start with the Zoom questions. Please raise your hand if you have one. We'll start with Jacob, and also go ahead and ask two if you'd like. You might be muted, Jacob. We'll go to Valer. We'll come back to you, Jacob. Go ahead, Valer.
Hey BJ, sorry I joined in a little late, so if you've already answered this, please just let me know. But Julian Gaines was not included due to injury, and also I just was curious about Brian Acosta, his injury as well. Any updates there for those two?
Yeah, sure. Julian Gaines is out. Yes, injured. And then Brian Acosta will still be out, very close to, I would say, returning to team training, but has not returned to team training. So both of those players will be out this weekend.
Go ahead if you have a second, Blair.
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Jacob, go ahead. I will go to John if you have one. If you guys need to unmute, please do so. Technical difficulties today.
Good.
Good. All right. Anything else in the room, guys? Lauren,
Yeah,
go ahead.
one more. What have you liked about the way Eddie has really controlled the midfield and maybe fit into the role you imagined for him, or created his own in that way?
That's a good question. Yeah, we obviously started sort of playing on the right-hand side as we were dealing with some injuries, and then we've been able to transition him into sort of the center midfield. I think for us, he gives us a really good balance. A player that is comfortable on the ball, progressing the ball, passing forward, but at the same time as we advance the ball up the field, he's quick to get us compact in the opponent half. Tremendous at winning second balls, and sort of sustaining attacks for us. So for us, he's really a key component. Whether we're between the boxes, he's a key player, and I think his added is his energy and his the ground that he's covering, and just sort of the intensity that he plays with. It's infectious, and it makes everybody else around him better.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back with Eddie.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks.